we should be good to go. I will just double check that the correct chat is set. Oh yeah, there was something else I was going to do before I started streaming that I totally forgot to do. Oh, this tune is such a bop. This is fully Dogomatic. I would like to thank Tommy Keys for the opportunity to play this. And of course, I got this game through Keymailer, so I think it is important that I point out that I got a key for this game from the game's publisher. I guess the easiest way to do this would be very prepared here. Whee! Bing! Fully Dogomatic. Copy of this game is provided by the publisher. There we go. Now, another thing, I need to make this game much louder. I had it on fairly quiet because I've done some grinding in this game off stream to get to know it. You know, to get used to playing it. Because it's a survivor's game, and if I'm playing a survivor's game for the first time on stream, then that means it's going to be very, like, boring for viewers. Whereas if I have already played a little bit and unlocked some stuff, then it means I can provide better commentary. Hi Jacob. So how are you, ERB? Yes, thank you for reminding me. I've got toothache. This was the other thing I was going to do before the start of the stream, was take some paracetamol for this toothache. Wouldn't recommend taking paracetamol with soda. The welcome tour is $10. $10 for a tech demo. Crazy. Right. So this is fully Dogomatic. What is fully Dogomatic? It is... well, there's no other way of putting it. It's a garlic-like. But it has a unique mechanic. So I shall show you how this works. So we're starting the game. We don't have a gun, but we can pick up a gun. So we've got the choice of a sawn-off shotgun here, pistol, or machine pistol. Every other time you get into a shop, it's going to cost you money, but this is the first one, so it doesn't. And now, you can place where you want your gun. This is this game's cool feature. So now I specify a location. In my experience, fast guns work well on the up, down, left, right, and crowd control guns work on the corners. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my gun to the right. So now the gun fires and eventually reloads itself. So now I can't kill enemies to the side of me, right? So I'm going to need to pick up another gun. Now, guns range anywhere from $5 to, like, $30, depending on the gun. So, I'm going to try not to enter that gun shop that just spawned until I have at least sort of 30 in-game dollars. Yeah, an auto shooter is one way of putting it. I describe it as a garlic-like. That's always been my favourite term for games that have the Vampire Survivors DNA. Once I've done a couple of runs and we've gotten tired of this music, I'll put on a chill hop playlist instead and we'll just sort of chill out, and I'm happy to field some questions. I have recorded another video about the Switch too. It's the top 5 reasons why I'm not buying one. But really, it's 4 reasons, because one of the reasons is just me telling people to like and subscribe. I wonder how many people will catch on to that. Right, so I've taken so long another shop has spawned, but I shall take my $30 to this shop and take a look. So I've got the option of adding a pistol, adding a saw gun, getting a perk, double-barreled, which means I shoot one more bullet at once. I'm actually going to get that and put that on my machine pistol. Then I'm going to have... Now, the saw gun, you have to watch out. The saw gun can hurt you if the bullets bounce back into you. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pistol and attach it on the right. And I'm going to re-roll once to see if I get a good 30 for the sniper rifle I can't afford. Okay. So now my machine pistol now fires two bullets at once. Yeah, I think garlic-like was a phrase coined by Vinny Vinesauce. So I use that term for any Vampire Survivors-like game. Because calling it Vampire Survivors Clone, calling it Survivors Clone, a lot of people call them Bullet Heaven. Like, that implies that they are heaven, and sometimes games of this ilk are not heaven. This one's alright. I mean, you get what you see here. Scope. 2 times better accuracy. So this improves the accuracy of the weapons that you have. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a double-barreled shotgun, which I'm going to put in the diagonals, because the diagonals are best for crowd control. And then I'm going to re-roll. Large magazine. I shall also put on the machine pistol, and then I'm good. You can see there is now a large magazine on that machine pistol, so the guns do change appearance based on the upgrades that you have. I can't remember when. I think it's at 5 minutes. We're going to have a boss appear. Yes, there are bosses in this game. And I've fought a couple of them, so I kind of know how they work at this point. But there's plenty of chance we'll get a new boss variety that I haven't fought yet. So I've been playing this game mostly while watching old episodes of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. But I have not yet completed a run. I have not yet won. And there's an achievement for winning a run with every single dog. This game is not easy as far as these XXL bullets on the shotgun sounds good. I'm gonna have the I can't have the AK-47. I don't have enough money. Right. Gonna try and get big bullets on the shotgun because they're good for crowd control. Between this and Nubby's Number Factory. Yeah, Nubby's Number Factory, I've been watching a lot of, like, YouTube videos while playing that. Now, Nubby's Number Factory, I've managed to win several runs now. I'm kind of shocked. I got it down kind of consistently. I know what works for me now, and it's basically anything. Oh, that's health, and I can't pick it up yet. That's any item in Nubby's Number Factory that doubles pegs is the key to victory. Wealthy enemies, always worth picking that one up. So that's a perk that isn't attached to a weapon. That's one that's passive. Between this and Nubby's Number Factory, I know this is a publisher opportunity, but I would push people towards Nubby's Number Factory. If you had to pick one or the other. But you can look at this and you can pretty much make a decision easily whether or not this is something you'd play. And I can say that if you're still not sure, there is a browser-based version of this that you can play on TommyKey's itch.io. So, oh yeah, I've fought this guy before. Yeah, he's just fast. He goes through phases of slow and fast. He's not too bad a boss. It'll speed up now. This music is very sort of like Avenged Sevenfold. Fully Dogomatic! And a bit like Metallica-ish as well. The stream is loading sometimes. Let me have a look. I have not dropped any frames, so YouTube must be doing something weird. Yeah, no dropped frames on OBS. If you can, switch to Twitch and see if the same thing is happening on Twitch. Because if the same issues are happening on Twitch, then it is an issue with Restream. If the same issues are not happening on Twitch, then it's an issue with YouTube. Go ahead and add a down the AK-47. It's kind of hard to get like directly pointing down in this game, which I think is deliberate. Let me know if you're having the same lag issues on Twitch. And to be fair, I need the Twitch 3 viewers or more average to hit affiliate. So if you do prefer Twitch, that's awesome. Because I made the mistake of closing my Twitch affiliate status way back when. Because they were going to charge people for quitting. So I quit before they introduced the charge. And then when they said, oh, we won't charge people for quitting anymore, it's like, too late, you told me you would, so I walked. And in hindsight, you know, at the time I was thinking, oh, I won't need to be on Twitch. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? On the exercise bike, good to know. Homing rounds, right. So homing rounds, I want that on the gun that does the most damage at the moment, which is currently the double-barreled shotgun. Now, the shotgun bullets will home. Which is kind of fun. So now I don't have to necessarily worry about the effectiveness of it. Now, the downside is it might home towards enemies I don't want it to home to. Hey, what's up, Leza? Is there something I need to know about the game's developer, Tommy Keys? Is there some salacious, delicious controversy that I need to know about? Because it isn't the first time that's happened. I played that Gensokyo Survivors game, and then it turned out that, like, the developer of it was alleged something had happened. But I sort of had to make a statement during the live stream of, I haven't really heard what happened. Oh, the dogs look like the dogs from Undertale. Yeah, that was kind of what drew me to this, because my initial thought was, oh, Undertale dogs. And then, I was like, oh, they're not actually Undertale dogs. That was what drew me to this initially. And then when I found out it was a Survivors-like, that was the thing that made me, Right, so now I've got sword protection, I'll be happy to get a saw. Can I add a machine pistol? I'm going to add a machine pistol. That now covers the majority of my directions. Yeah, no buffering issues on Twitch. Well, you know what that means, folks. If you're having issues, move over to Twitch. Get my consecutive viewers up, please. Deltarune is kind of like a remix of Undertale, which is pretty clear when you think about the fact that It is an anagram of Undertale. I've not played it though. I didn't mean to walk into the shop. Okay, I'm gonna go for greater accuracy on the homing rounds. So you see, that's actually added a scope to the shotgun now, which looks weird. Just makes it look like a sniper rifle. Video games that let you snipe with the shotgun, they're always cool. I have no choice but to kind of weave through these enemies and potentially take damage here. Further, my comments about difficulty. It does start to get absurd. I think the difficulty is still a little bit high overall in this. Isekai Frontline. The name is familiar. Not safe for work game that plays like this. Alright, I'm in. Hey Jacob, welcome to the Twitch side. Yeah, that's the crib side. Right, Rider of Darkness, I think this guy just slows me down. Yeah, if I'm in his circle, I get slowed down. That's not too bad, I can deal with that. I want at least 30 before heading to the shop. Drop some more money. It's ridiculous. I've got wealthy enemies and none of them are dropping money. Wealthy enemies, my ass. Right, assault shotgun, or I can go extra upgrade on a gun. I'm gonna go assault shotgun for the time being. So now I want to get one of my bottom diagonals. There. Steam Fox! There we go, got there. Took me a while. I said Stream Fox. Truly shameful. How's it going? Did you hear that Doug Bowser said $80 is justified? Yes! I did. I'm working on... I've recorded a video. I've got it. I've got the initial edit with Descript ready to go. That is my 5 reasons why I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch 2. Really, it's 4 reasons, and one of them is variable pricing. And I say... Doug Bowser used to work for EA. You can take the man out of EA, but you can never take the EA out of the man. Oh! So look forward to that. This music does get a little bit repetitive after a while, so after this run I will switch it up. I will mute it, and we will put on some random video game music, or possibly a chill hop station, or something like that. Right. Explosive roulette. It's 30 and I don't have enough. Right. Large magazine on... the homing bullets. And now that I have the perk to make the saw gun not hurt, I'll pick up the saw gun. I didn't want to walk into that shop at all. That was not my intention. Right. Hitbox on that seems a little bit too big. I've noticed I haven't got the full chat open. There we go. Got the full chat open now. I'm scared because of Steam's team. I'll send you a screenshot of what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, what happened on Steam? What's funny is that a BNCC reporter asked, will Melee come to NSO? And Doug answered, I will kill you, probably in a sarcastic way. Yeah, I mean, probably not a good look, but I mean, if it was clearly sarcastic, then eh. You can't exactly spin it as a newsworthy point. I mean, it is unprofessional, but eh. I mean, I'd probably see the funny in it. Oh my god. Ah! Get out of there! Say unalive. I hate that term. Everybody says unalive on YouTube, and it's so stupid. All those channels that I watch that are like, Number 15, he unalived himself. This live streamer was caught masturbating at a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. He committed an hero the next day. It's like... While we're at it, can we bring back An Hero? That was the good old way of saying it. That's how you know I'm an old bee. I call it An Hero. Yes, but this guy did An Hero himself. And was indeed an hero to all of us. After getting caught. I don't think it was a Chick-fil-A. It was some, like, restaurant that's famous for... Was it Hooters? I think it was Hooters. It was at, like, a Hooters drive-thru. There was a video recently. Wavy Web Surf did a video recently on it. Consequences will never be the same. Yeah, I think it was a Hooters drive-thru. Reinforced bullets. Bullets deal 2 times more damage. I really need that on one of my crowd control guns. I think it was Hooters. It was a restaurant that was known for having women with their tits hanging out, right? So how many American restaurants are there that are famous for that? For having women in skimpy outfits. It was one of those. Can Nintendo redeem itself? Yeah. Drop the game price. I don't think there would be anything other than that. Just drop the game prices. And then secretly try to raise them later. That would be Nintendo's best course of action. Drop the game prices now, secretly try to raise them. Done. Wait for the bad press to blow over. What they're clearly hoping for is that the Switch 2 will launch, and it will be such a success that everybody will forget about the price of the games and just pay it. That's what they're hoping for, right? Yeah, this guy, he jumps and he can land on top of you. And if he lands on top of you, you're in for a world of hurt. So you have to be moving when he's jumping. Otherwise, he can get pretty close to you. 15, that's not bad. There's an achievement for carrying $100 at once, which I have achieved. Twin Peaks. It's not Twin Peaks. Though, what's funny is Wavy Web's mentioned Twin Peaks as being a similar kind of restaurant. But it wasn't Twin Peaks. I think it was at Hooters. Right. I have the max number of guns I can currently carry, and I don't have a perk that lets me carry more guns. So, Bikini Beans. Ah, it was Bikini Beans. Yeah, you know what? That sounds familiar. I think it was Bikini Beans. Right, triple X bullets, and I would like my crowd control gun to have homing bullets. Right. So that should make some difference now. I feel like the trick to this game is homing bullets, large bullets. Yeah, I think it was Bikini Beans. That rings a bell. I mean, I was watching it, I was half asleep. I had it on YouTube as I was falling asleep. I vaguely remember the name Bikini Beans. Somebody on Twitter posted that it was A/B testing, and I think it is. Nintendo's pricing for Switch 2 games. You know, you've got the A price, that's Mario Kart, and you've got the B price, that's Donkey Kong, right? And they're going to see how many more people buy Donkey Kong over people who buy Mario Kart. And they've got A/B pricing for Mario Kart specifically. You can get Mario Kart cheaper if you buy it digitally with the console bundle, or you can get Mario Kart more expensive if you buy it physical. And Nintendo wants to see who's going to pick digital over physical for Mario Kart based on that price difference, and that's going to tell them what they could charge. One-inch punch. Dalton's bullet range times 3 damage. That gun's maxed out. Upgrades currently. Maxed out. That'll make the saw blade damage more, but it won't bounce as far. $50 games in one from Argos. Is there like a 50 games in one package for like the Nintendo Switch? I bet it's all like Leo's Adventure and stuff like that. There's like Unity asset flips. There's that one company that put out Panda Hero and like some Leo the Lion game, and they're both the same game with different assets. And they're not even on the cartridge, they're like code in box. Which, you know what? The Switch 2 getting rid of code in box? Alright, cool. The downside is, those games are game keys that require you to download them off a server, so, you know, when the servers go down, you lose them forever. And me pretending to care about that when I play on Steam. $30 in one. Ah, $30 in one. For, like, Nintendo Switch. Do you reckon there would be a live stream in playing 30 crappy games? I mean, Re-Res has made a career out of playing all 100 games in, like, a plug-and-play console. Need a bit more cash before going to the upgrade machine, because they're all, like, at least 15 now, the upgrades. Oh, fuck it. I need upgrades. I need upgrades. We'll go check it. We'll go check it out. If I can get there. I'm gonna have to go around. I'm gonna have to go to another one of the shops. This one's nice and clear now. Let's have a look. Explosive rounds. Yes, that's right. Shopaholic to lower the shop price. Ah, I can't afford it! Fuck! Right, Ricochet. I am gonna let the assault bullets bounce. Oh no, maxed out. Right, okay. Let's have the machine pistol bounce off enemies. So now the bullets are going bing, 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 off in different directions. And that should make a difference. I think this is the longest I've survived any run. It's almost like talking to someone while I'm playing has helped. Doing better with this run than I have any other run, I think. Come on. K9 Survivors, welcome, Gollops. If you can you watch on Twitch? Cheers. It's nice to have you here. If you can't, then that's not a problem. Alright, large magazine. Machine pistol. Aha! Thanks, Gollops. It's in a rolling 30-day period, so it's unlikely I'll hit it for 30 days, but hey. I want to do what we can. It's one of those, to get a car, you need a job, to get a job, you need a car situations. It's like, to get more concurrent viewers, you need to be an affiliate. But to be an affiliate, you need more concurrent viewers. Yes. The Escape Route British Road to Affiliate campaign. Sponsored by Dashlane. Not sponsored by Dashlane. That was a joke. I know Twitch gets uppity if you pretend to be sponsored by something. Sponsored by www.escaperoutebritish.com. Buy a t-shirt. Buy 2 t-shirts. Carnival games. Oh man, Carnival games for Nintendo Switch? I'm there. Compatible with the Switch too? I am not killing enemies fast enough now, and they're not dropping enough money. My run might end here. If it does, I'll show you another dog. Because they all have different abilities. This one has more health. There's one dog for whom all the first re-roll in every shop is free. There's a dog, I guess, that has sprint shortly after you take damage. Alright, 13 and 13. I can't afford that. So I'll have to take one. Inaccuracy, but raise the damage of the saw gun. Reroll. Cheap perk. Yep, scope. Alright. Increase the accuracy of the... Not that it will matter, because I'm about to get iced here. Yeah, there we go. Right. Now. That game's music is gonna get old, because there is literally, like, 2 tracks. But what I'm gonna do is switch us to some music. Let me see. I'm gonna see what YouTube can give us. Ultimate video game music playlist, DMCA free. Let's shuffle it. Oh, Angerfoot, nice. Yep, that'll do. Okay, Coda. So for Coda, every gun automatically has an extra upgrade slot. What's the 3D platform with the fox? Kingsley's Adventures? Email. Oh, no. It's Kong! Responding on Twitter. I hope Kong's alright. I'm worried about Kong at the moment. Right. Let's get started. This music is very, very fitting. Oh, Switch and Xbox One ERB played it. 3D platform with the fox. Super Lucky's Tale. I'm thinking about ones that I've played. And Super Lucky's Tale would be it. I think I might have played Super Lucky's Tale on PC, but yeah, like, same difference. I would have played it on the Xbox app, so... yeah. I think that was a VR game originally, and then, it got ported to regular console. I think the developers were like, you can have the 3D platformer exist in front of you on a VR headset, and it's like, great. We don't actually want that. This Angerfoot music is fantastic for this game. So, I was going to play Maiden Cops tomorrow, because I actually got a key for that from the game's publisher. But we're going to do another 360 degrees instead. I'm totally in the mood for Xbox 360 right now. Machine gun, machine pistol, there we go. What the hell is this? I can't keep looking over every time. Mario Galaxy 2. Oh. That's cool. I don't remember this music in Galaxy 2, so... yeah. Ah, yeah, we're now shooting 2 bullets out of the gun on the right. So I figure if I just go, screw it, rapid-fire weapons, left, right, up, down, and then diagonals, ignoring shotguns altogether, and going for upgrades that add more shots, 2019, that sounds about right. Oh, new Super Lucky's Tale. Yeah, that was the one that released on Switch. So I think new Super Lucky's Tale is the one I played? I'm not sure. Lucky's Tale, Super Lucky's Tale, new Super Lucky's Tale. Right, 5% chance that bullets will explode. It's not going to make much of a difference yet, but when I have more bullets, more guns, that will make a huge difference. I'm only going to go for rapid-fire weapons. Or weapons that I can make rapid-fire with upgrades and patches. That's going to be my focus here. Oh, so I must have done Super Lucky's Tale, right. Hey, you found it! Cool. That's a great thing about streaming on YouTube, is that all my live streams are there, except for the ones I've unlisted. The very few that I've outright deleted. I tend not to, because I'm not a lost media kind of guy. You know, I like finding lost media, I don't like creating lost media. I think they might have been trying to sell new Super Lucky's Tale at the time, so they had Super Lucky's Tale on Game Pass. Super Lucky's Tale on Game Pass to try and sell copies of new Super Lucky's Tale. Is that what I said? I think I fell asleep partway through the conversation. Even if I re-rolled and got a machine pistol, I wouldn't be able to afford it, so... We'll stick with explosive machine pistol bullets. Again, my interest at the moment is in... building up these two guns and getting more rapid-fire weapons where I can afford them. But I wasn't going to pass on explosive bullets. So now, all bullets out of the gun on the right are explosive, and there's a 5% chance that all other bullets will be explosive as well. What have we got here, music-wise? I don't know it. It's something Amiga-y, though. Like, Oliver Twins. Resisting the urge to ask if you have a Desert Beagle. Tommy Keys, get on it. Desert Beagle. Right. Double-barreled. Let's get some crowd control in here. And submachine gun, excellent. Now we've got our submachine gun on top for a little extra crowd control. Gallops has always been quick with the puns. You could say he's just punny. This music's fun. It's kind of fitting, though. Sounds like it came out of some, like, Looney Tunes video game. Like some, like, Animaniacs type thing. Homer is base but blue pill. What are you making me say? He's blue-pilled because he has blue hair. Because he has a blue hair fetish. There's that episode of The Simpsons where he says he has a type, and then in his imagination he sees a blue-haired troll. Oh, from the 2020 Super Lucky... Oh, right, okay. Right. Get our... down... There we go. Big heart. Knockback bullets. Hey, there we go. Right. Knockback bullets are good because they keep enemies off you. So enemies that don't die in one bullet are going to get knocked back. It's only on that singular gun. So I've been having some thoughts as I've been playing this game off-stream. Some things that I wanted to remember to raise. One thing that differentiates Vampire Survivors from this is persistent upgrades. Like Vampire Survivors, you can raise your health 5 levels, and that will last across every playthrough. That's something that fully Dogomatic desperately needs. Because right now, the difficulty of this game still feels fairly high. Maybe I just haven't figured out the best setup for me yet. But the game does feel sort of absurdly difficult. In a sense. This is awful and not a comment on the game. What is awful? What have I done wrong? Oh, is that Battletoads music? When you're facing in certain directions with your guns, it looks like it spells out the word twat. Huh? I'm seeing loss. I'm not seeing twat. Right, the short king is like an explosive bullet, but it's very thin. This is a very Battletoads or Double Dragon. Oh, Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Huh. Oh, I can't afford the short king anyway. Yeah, machine pistol. Let's go. Right, let's get our diagonals in. Yeah, now we're talking. Thankfully, it doesn't look like twat anymore, because I've added an extra letter. Now it looks like twalt. Of course, original Budokai has a soundtrack this good. Why wouldn't it? It's Dragon Ball Z Budokai. And it rips off all its music from existing artists. That's why its soundtrack is so good. You now see that even though I'm outputting lots of bullets, it's not a great deal of actual damage, which is bad. Right. Ricochet or AK-47. I'm going to add more bullets. I'm going to add a diagonal down. They're homages. They are interpolations. Unauthorized interpolations. I am making some headway now with these guns. Those upgrades definitely help. Oh, Fido! Okay, Fido. He's not too bad. He's coming towards me from the right. Fido's thing is that he can spawn minions that fly out towards me. That's the tricky part. Right. Got a gun shop. Let's go. Armor piercing. Yes. Armor piercing bullets on... let's get another submachine gun. Let's go. We'll get this angle, because that's what we're currently dealing with for Fido. Every little helps. Reroll for one... Yeah, machine pistol! Lucky. Right, okay. We've got a complete ring now. Oh yeah, we got knockback bullets on down. That'll work for getting us some distance between us and Fido. And I'll try to make my way out of here. There we go. Well, this music's fun. 30. I might want to have a bit more money before I enter the gun shop. Because I think... Well, I can still carry 2 more guns. So I should probably still aim to get assault rifles, Uzis. Oh, assault shotgun. Okay. Whatever this is, it's Game Boy Advance-y. I think it's probably from a Pokemon game. Yarby question, where do you plan to play Hades 2?
I don't.
I don't plan to play Hades 2. I tried playing Hades 1. It was not for me. If I get a key for Hades 2, then I will play it on the platform I'm given a key for. If I don't, then I won't play it. Or maybe it'll eventually come to Game Pass and I'll play it there. Is it bad that I'm desperate to get into Kingdom Hearts tomorrow? Yes! 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 The Kingdom Hearts bug has bit you! I'm so happy. Where did you get up to at the end of today? Did you, Oh, that's right. I watched you stop. You stopped at Maleficent, didn't you? That's right. Dragon Maleficent.
I'm not backseating because your live stream's not on now, Garlip.
So I'm going to tell you what to do because it's not your live stream. You need to use summons. You need to summon Tinkerbell. When you summon in Kingdom Hearts, your teammates disappear except for Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell stays. Tinkerbell will heal your entire team. Tinkerbell is regen. And when you get knocked out, you get 1 free auto life to full health. Yeah, you need to be summoning Tinkerbell for that dragon fight. Trust me. That's where you went wrong. And that Phase 1, Maleficent, I'm impressed that you did it without summons, but you would have had it done so much sooner. If you had Tinkerbell's auto life and regen on. That's it. That's the tweet. Hit send. Well, he's been playing hard mode anyway, because Garlips has been playing Proud. First playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1, Garlips is playing on Proud. Commendable, but oof. I struggled on Proud, and it was my 3rd playthrough. Oh, please, could Fido's little... Thank you. Fido's little minions are dead. I need to get to the dog food. There's some dog food around here. Up. Yes! Back in the game. Oh, that's tight. Hades 2 is a console exclusive, which means that it is available exclusively on a certain console first. Steam is different. The PC platform is treated differently. For example, Silent Hill 2 Remake is a PlayStation 5 console exclusive. It's on Steam. Right. Speed reload. Reinforced bullets. Reinforced bullets are good. Speed reload on... This sounds very Kirby-ish, and the one letter of the title on the tab I can see is the letter K, so I assume this is from a Kirby. It has that vibe. Dare I say Squeak Squad? Let's take a look. Oh, crystal shards. Huh. Oh, it's Max Prince of Lumps. Oh no. It's the one that jumps. Don't land on me! Ah! Shit. It's getting so dicey so fast. Now, these have good, like, rate of fire output, but just the damage sucks. Bullets fire in bursts of 3. I kind of favor putting upgrades on things like directions I immediately need, and then I stop requiring it very short afterwards. And then I go, oh shit, I shouldn't have put it on that one. It's another perfect example of one where I put it on something I immediately needed. Oh, I know this. Castlevania. The reason why I know this is Castlevania is because there is a famous remix of this with Aaron Carter's, I think the song is called Playground? At the playground, yeah. So that's how I know this is Castlevania. I need food. I need a can of food. Feels like health is really hard to come by in this. Alright. I bought a gun upgrade that lets me carry a couple more guns. Not that it makes much of a difference at this point if the damage output is so drastically bad. I just gotta hope. Nope. It's over! Skype is kill on 5th of May. RIP Skype. Ah, New Leaf. I hear this in a lot of YouTube videos, so I did wonder. Right. So I'll show you the next dog. By the way, we haven't won a single round yet. This is Toaster. Definitely a dog. And Toaster, if you take damage as Toaster, you sprint for a short period of time. Money. Dang it. There's no money anywhere. Zombies ate my neighbors, I think. It has an iconic sound. Yeah, hold on, we've had this already this evening. Randomizer is randomized the exact same song. Right. I'm gonna go shotguns this time. I'm gonna go shotguns. See if I get better luck. Whoa. Warp bullets. Oh, I can't afford it. Double-barreled shotgun does 2 damage per hit. Yeah. I think shotguns might be a good shout for this run. You recognize this music? I think it's Zombies Ate... Yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. No assembly required. I had to look it up myself. I mean, I recognize this music from a Doom mod that mods in levels from Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Zam. Are you familiar with the Zam meme? Like, bottom of the barrel YouTube content. Whoa! Hobbytan raided... Hobby? Welcome, raiders. I am Escape Route British. I stream mostly retro and Japanese stuff. This game, Fully Dogomatic, is a publisher opportunity, so if you like what you see, please check out Fully Dogomatic on itch.io and Steam. Grenade launcher might work. I can't afford the grenade launcher. Homing rounds, 1-inch punch. There we go. I'll do. Shorter range, but does a lot more damage. There we go. 3 damage per shot. That's going to make a huge difference. K9 survivors? Yeah. It's playing this Dragon Ball music again. The shuffle function is shuffling, like, 4 tracks. This playlist was a nice idea, but it's already repeated itself. Maybe if I turn shuffle off and just let it play through everything in order. Super appreciate the raid hobby. What were you playing? Out of curiosity. Right. I shall enter the shop when I get... Oh. Feel knackered. Okay. Well, I appreciate the raid. Struggling. Oh. It's a struggle game this week. It was something daft. It always is. It's not pencils in Fallout 3. Realistic sports simulator. Oh, so QWOP. I take it that's a QWOP-like, based on the name. If it's anything like, what's it, historically accurate battle simulator, if it's anything like that, then I kind of know what to expect. I've thought about the wheel. It's a nice wheel. I don't think I will ever join the wheel, but it is super cool that you get to play all those fun sort of games. You'll not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. Yeah, it's a very Don Matrick thing to say. But, you know, the Switch 2 is for a very specific kind of audience. And I think the audience that would buy a Switch 2 are the audience that would afford a Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch, when it was initially introduced in its trailer, was marketed towards young adults. You know, it was a young, hip man playing the Nintendo Switch on a plane, right? And then he sits down in his bright home with a fancy-looking sofa with his minimalist interior design. It was very clear the audience that the Switch 1 was made for. And then, when the Switch 1 wasn't maybe selling as hot as it should be, Nintendo then started putting out all the adverts of families playing the Nintendo Switch together, right? The same thing will happen with Switch 2. Switch 2 is advertised as young, hip people with a lot of money, and then, once it struggles to find its footing, it'll be advertised to families, and there will be a price cut to go with it. Nintendo will get the early adopters first that are willing to pay more. And they already have. The amount of eBay listings for pre-orders! Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders. It's sad. Because it's a pre-order I couldn't buy. But was I going to? The answer is, I was going to. If I had actually, you know, managed to get selected for a pre-order roulette, I probably would have pre-ordered the Switch 2. But the fact that I can't pre-order is a huge knock against it for me. If I wanted it, I couldn't have it, so... Shotgun! Shotgun! Oh, grenade launcher's good. I'll take grenade launcher. Yeah, I was out in town doing grocery shopping, and then by the time I got home, the last switches were going in people's baskets in-game. I clicked add to basket and there was an error message, and then a minute later the game page was gone. So I feel like I missed out on Switch 2s. Solely for that. And then everywhere I've checked everywhere, like John Lewis, very, you know, you can pre-order from Curry's, but you have to go into a store. You have to go into a store to pre-order in the UK from Curry's. I suppose that's one way to stop scalpers, right? If you have to go into a store and do it manually, it might put scalpers off. I mean, not in America. Nothing puts scalpers off in America. But in the UK, if Bob Scalp has to walk into a shop and pre-order one by himself, then he'll probably, you know, feel embarrassed if he gets called out on it. Yeah, we've had this Pokemon song already, so this playlist is looping. Let's do something about it. Oh, it's Mount Pyre. That's why I recognize it. Right. I'm gonna turn shuffle off. There we go. Oh! Johto versions of Saffron City. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I've definitely heard this one in the background of YouTube videos as well. In the background of a Peebs video, probably. And today I'm eating 15 varieties of lean cuisine! I'm hoping that scalpers get their comeuppance, but they're not going to. There's already scalped pre-orders sitting on eBay for the Switch. People, like, asking 100 on top. For the privilege of them being fast. It's not fair. Let's face it, if I was picked for a pre-order raffle or lottery for the Switch 2, I would have then had to figure out where I'm getting, like, £430 from, right? Where would I be getting £430 from? Probably have to sell some of my really rare video games. Probably have to sell Tengai Makio Jiraiya on Xbox 360. Don't really want to do that, but I think I would have been forced to. So in a way, it's a good thing. So let's face it, I would have been telling myself I was happy with the Switch 2, even if I wasn't, you know? if I had to drop that kind of coin on it. I need better guns. Grenade launcher and knockback bullets? I can't afford both. Knockback bullets on the double barrel shotgun. And I want to re-roll. Yes, another double barrel shotgun. Take that. Sell a kidney? If I have to, I really will. No, I wouldn't. Though, to be fair, I could barely drink nowadays, so maybe I wouldn't miss a kidney. I think I'd miss a kidney every morning when I wake up, and I go, damn, something's missing. I go, oh yeah, kidney. Yeah, there'll be a yeah, second rush at holiday time. I think I have a good chance of picking one up in July. If I really want one, I'll have a good chance of picking one up in July. But, you know, this is the sort of thing where if you don't get one when it's new, you know, you miss out on the opportunity to really, like, farm that content. This is how Dusk Diver 2 runs on a Switch 2, you know, that sort of thing. Like, I think everybody wants to know how Dusk Diver 2 is going to run on the Switch 2. So it runs like crap on the Switch 1. It was a publisher opportunity, so I have to be kind of nice, but God, it ran like crap. I was putting a smiley face on the whole experience, like, isn't it so great that Dusk Diver 2 is on Switch? And it's a PowerPoint presentation. It was kind of funny, but also very difficult to be unbiased in that situation. Right. Oh, losing health. I think if one thing has been clear about fully Dogomatic during the stream, one thing that I really want to drive home to the developer, Tommy Keys, is you need to lower the difficulty on this game. Like, for real. You need to lower the difficulty. It's too hard. It's too hard to win a run. If you're going to keep the difficulty this level, then persistent upgrades, like you would find in practically every other game of this style. Persistent upgrades. Because there is a point in each run where I just feel like I've hit a brick wall. And this is the point in this run where I feel like I've hit a brick wall. This is the moment where I think, oh no. I've fucked up. Again, I can't get to any of the shops. There's too many enemies in the way. And even if I could, I wouldn't be able to afford anything. The enemies are dropping barely any money now. And that's the enemies I can kill. I'm having to sort of go around the arena in a clockwise motion to try and make my way through the crowds. Picking enemies off and coming back on the second loop to get the money they drop. $20. Okay. That money, I can't get it. It's buried. Go around. There is a health drop over there. I might want to make my way through here. I'm going for the shop. Reinforced bullets. So that means the bullets will do more damage. Let's get the side bullets. Tennis ball launcher is supposed to... Now, it doesn't deal any damage, but it's supposed to draw the dogs away. In my experience, it almost never works. But I'm desperate. It is kind of working. Just not a lot. Ooh, what's this and what game is this from? Oh. Guilty Gear. That's any one thing Arc System Works has always been good at. It's music. The soundtrack for Rocking Pretty is fantastic. Another game like this is Brotato. I've heard Brotato come up in conversation before. Do you think I'd enjoy it? Trying to work out if I've already got it. It's tough. That's the thing. I like these sort of games when I get persistent, you know, upgrades. Because then that levels the playing field for someone like me who's not quite good at this kind of game. You know, Vampire Survivors has got so ridiculous for me now that I win every run I play. Maybe I'll fire up a Vampire Survivors at the end to show what I mean. But, like, Vampire Survivors, you've got upgrades to health, luck, banished items you don't want, you know. And these things persist over every playthrough. Here, there's no persistent upgrades. And I think that's what destroys fully Dogomatic for me. You beat the boss of Vampire Survivors. The question is, which boss? I have done all the Punkle DLC. I have done all the main stuff, including Collection 2.0. I have... The final boss. Okay, is that the boss where you walk up onto, like, a marble platform? Because, yeah, I've done that. The only stuff I haven't done is the Castlevania DLC. Punkle DLC. Punkle is the name of the developer of Vampire Survivors. The Punkle DLC is all the stuff that is theirs. So, like, Legacy of Moonspell or whatever it's called, right? That stuff. I've done those. Wealthy enemies. It would be nice if they actually did drop some money. The enemies, they take too many shots to kill. Like, I'm doing 6 damage multiple times to them. It's gonna take forever to kill the enemies below me. Clones of Jake the Dog. Yeah, that was mentioned sort of near the start of the stream, that they looked very Undertale-y, which I will admit is what drew me to this game, was the pixel art style, and specifically how sort of Undertale-y the dogs looked. be able to afford anything now. This, as far as I can tell, this run has now hit its brick wall. I can't win. Oh, Jake the dog is in, like, Sorry, it took me a while. Adventure Time. Adventure Time's coming to, Fortnite at the end of this week. Apparently, it's going to be massive. It's going to be Jake, Finn, Princess Bubblegum, and Marceline. Massive collab. Whole bunch of, like, instruments and stuff. I know this music. Oh, God. What game's this from? Hotline Miami? No. Castle Crashers, yes! Oh man, I would have been here all day trying to remember. Yeah, Castle Crashers. Plays in the swamp, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Castle Crashers. Yeah, the new DLC that lets you make your own characters. I'm excited for the Steam Workshop support that's going to be tied to that. That's huge. I might have to create my own character for Castle Crashers. It's a good excuse to play through the game again as well. I need health! Need health! The Saints Row guy. Oh man, yeah. Johnny Gap with the penetrator would be pretty good. This run is over. Two bosses. I can't deal anywhere near enough damage to kill even minor enemies here. 3 bosses. Jeez. Minecraft, I think. Oh, run over. Right. So I've only unlocked one other dog, and that's Jackie. Who, Jackie, the first reroll in the shop is free. Give Jackie a go. And then I kind of want to boot up Vampire Survivors to sort of make my case over the changes that need to be applied to fully Dogomatic. A Minecraft movie sequel is in talks. Good. I hear the Minecraft movie has done gangbusters in the cinema. Good on them. They found a lucrative license and they managed to do something that appealed to the movie's main audience, which is children. Well done. You can make a case for maybe children deserve better films. But, yeah. Congrats to the team. I'm planning to go see it, what, this weekend? Yeah. They aimed for the demographic that would be successful for that license, and it worked. It's almost like make a film or a game for the people that would enjoy it the most and reap the rewards, but what do I know? Right. I need another gun. I'm in my America mode. I need another gun. Right. I can't afford both. No. Doing 9 damage per shot. That is huge damage to have this early on. Starting to think pistols are the best option here. I will win a run. I will succeed somehow. I will make it work. Ah! Playing games. Oh. Is it Techno-Pathetic? By... Oh, no. It's not... Is it Techno-Pathetic? Yeah, Techno-Pathetic. Oh. That Mr. Naganuma sure knows how to make them, doesn't he? Playlist came through for this one. Reached 100 kills. I'm not feeling anywhere near as underpowered this time. Maybe pistols really are the secret. The key. The secret. Health pickup, gun shop. Into the gun shop when I got like maybe 35. Almost there. I think enemies just need to drop money a little bit more often. You know, that would be a great persistent upgrade. Right. Ooh, Magnum. Okay. Speed reload on the 1-inch punch. There we go. Now we're doing some work here. Of course, the Magnum deals great damage. It's Magnums. They're the katana of guns. They are, though. They are, though. Romanticized. I really need to watch Always Sunny. I tried watching Season 1. Season 1 is a hard watch. I'm told that as soon as Danny DeVito joins the cast as Frank Reynolds, it basically becomes fantastic. Right. So machine gun, warp bullets, 1 free reroll, burst fire. Fires bullets in bursts of 3. Pistol. Oh, Tetris Type B. Hot take. I like this more than Tetris Type A. I like this music more than Type A. Double-barreled Magnum. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but double-barreled Magnum. Yeah, I think pistols are a good shout. Especially Magnums. If you stand still, your accuracy improves, but naturally you include your risk of getting hit. The cancer episode in Season 1 was very funny, but it was the only episode that I found funny in that entire season. Whereas, you know, Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'm laughing my ass off in Season 1. I think it's just, like, different styles of humor. Money Magnet. Reroll. Magnum. Yes! Get our down-facing Magnum. Machine pistol. No. I'll save my money. I can do this. I'm feeling good about this run. Feeling good about this one. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, once we're done with this run on Dogomatic, I'll show off 2 games that I think... Well, one game that I think could do more with the persistent upgrades, and another game that I think does the persistent upgrades perfectly. The game that does the persistent upgrades perfectly is Vampire Survivors. The game that does the persistent upgrades somewhat well, but I feel like could do the job better, is Nubby's Number Factory. Gives me a good excuse to show off a couple of runs on Nubby, because I'm not really going to get an opportunity to play it otherwise. And it serves to cement, underline my opinions on... I know this piece of music. Where's this from? One of the Castlevanias? Monster Party! Ah! I'd have never got there if you'd given me all day. showing off these other games will further underline my points about what fully Dogomatic needs, I think. Explosive roulette, can't afford it. Knockback bullets. I'll take what I can get, you know. Knockback bullets being attached to just one gun is... Like, I get it. It makes you have to think about where you're going to put things. You can't just, like, attach upgrades willy-nilly. Three times damage on... Let's go the above magnum, because right now I'm in a situation where I need that. And we got a boss. And it's Max, who can jump. Yay. Right. Died. So, I'm going to give some thoughts on fully Dogomatic. I like this game a lot. I've said it 100 times. I'm going to say it once more. Persistent upgrades. That's what this game needs. Persistent upgrades. A persistent health upgrade. Persistent speed upgrade. Something that's carried through into every other game that you play. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate what I mean with two other games. First, I'm going to demonstrate a game that doesn't quite do persistent upgrades well. But what this game does do is it... Please capture. There we go. What it does do... What Nubby's Number Factory does do is it does make the playable characters more sort of differentiated. So in fully Dogomatic, gets speed when they get hit, has extra health, has a free reroll. That there's barely any difference between those dogs. Standard Nubby experience, right? No change. Next character. A particular item is more likely to appear. So, in fully Dogomatic, you could have a dog that Uzis are more likely to appear, shotguns are more likely to appear, or shotguns cost 50% less. Like squids cost 50% less, right? Tony Jr., there's a whole bunch of gameplay modifications that are happening here. You start the game with money, you automatically enter a shop at the start of the game, and rare items are twice as likely to appear. So, not only are you getting money at the start, you're getting access to a shop, and items are more likely to, like, rare items are more likely to appear. each of these characters each have like a special effect that is more drastic than just cat speeds up when it gets hit. I think Dogomatic could really benefit from more substantial changes between the character types. If you haven't seen this game before, by the way, it's amazing. It is a pure numbers go up game, which tickles my receptors. The goal is to score enough points in each round. You get the points on each peg, and when you bounce it halves a peg, all the way down to 1. And then you get to a shop, and in the shop are items, and these have massively game-changing effects. So in fully Dogomatic, the perks are relatively like simple. Here, the effects are massive. Like, when thing happens, so yellow indicates the trigger, right? If the highest peg is popped, it pops 2 random pegs. Every 1 second. So that's the trigger for that one. Every 1 second, this item triggers. If a peg is fully popped, it pops the lowest peg on the board twice. If you hit a wall, it pops a peg. So that gives you an idea of like how massively these things can change gameplay. So every 1 second, a peg will explode. So now when we last in a level for 1 second, there's explosions happening. It's hitting more pegs. And depending on how you set your items out, you could basically hit less pegs and still clear the level goal. And that's ultimately how this game works. So the persistent upgrades are mainly in the form of the characters that you unlock. And you get perks, and this perk is the chaotic perk. Every 1 second it force triggers an item. Because this item triggers every 1 second, all that's going to happen is this item is going to trigger twice every 1 second. So now there's 2 explosions every 1 second. Because I only have 1 item. Once I have 2 items, it could be either one of those 2 that triggers. If I don't like the items that are in a shop, I can reroll. And the reroll costs nothing, you get 1. So let's say I don't want anything here, I can reroll. And there's something I want, let's say I can't afford it. What I could do is I can freeze the item. And that keeps it in the store throughout the rest of the game. So in fully Dogomatic, let's say the Short King shows up in the shop and you want it. What if you could freeze the Short King? Now, you might not want that for every dog, so you'd have a dog that can freeze an item. And that's a more significant gameplay change than just a stat being slightly higher. I actually do want this. Because when you pop the first peg, every peg will give points equal to 15% of their total. Which isn't a lot. However, that's every peg on the board. And every 1 second, we could have a chance of triggering that and getting another 15%. So the number will soon shoot up drastically. 285, 349, 417. We've beaten the goal 3 times. So the board restocks 3 times. And that's 3 coins we get. And that's what makes this game so hopelessly addictive to play. And also the Windows 98 core, like the music and graphics, like something you would have played on a shareware disc in the 90s. It is a oddly nostalgic game that makes me nostalgic for a time long gone. Word art, the lot. It's strange. So I've won a key for the black market. The black market gives you corrupted items. They have wild effects, but you can't trigger them. They're untriggerable. I'm hoping for the pregnancy test. That's my favorite item from the black market, and I'm hoping that shows up. Because that is a real game changer. We'll soon find out. The store is on the next screen. And if you have a key when you get to the store, you can choose to go to the store or choose to go to the black market. You couldn't choose before. If you had the key, it automatically took you to the black market. But now you actually have the choice. So I'm going to choose to go to the black market. I'm going to use my key. And I'm hoping for... The pregnancy test is not here. Cosmo Blast is good. Going to reroll. Damn it, no pregnancy test. However, we've got first peg popped. 2 random pegs will copy the number of the first peg popped. And it has a secondary effect if it's in slot 7. So I'll explain what that means when I unlock slot 7. So, first peg, 1 to 8, that's copied 1 to 8 to a bunch of lower pegs. Right, we've got a peg type here that if I fully pop it, the round is over. This could be tricky for me. I'm on my last shot already. Okay, I'm going to have at least 1 extra life because I hit 2 times on the board. If I pop 15 pegs, all pegs popped. There is no number of pegs popped. Force triggers the leftmost item. I don't want either of these. But it makes sense to take a perk just in case I get a number of pegs popped. So I'll take it. Now, as you progress, extra layers are added to the game's music track. Which is just a nice touch. But I've actually been playing this again, mostly with the music off, because I like to get like a lot of YouTube consumed while playing this. So the round's over, but hey, I get a star, right? And those stars are used to unlock the playable characters. I need 15 for this one. I'll show you my favorite character in the game, and that's because this is immediately cheesable. So the store opens, and you start with 15 coins. I'm re-rolling for the cheese house. I don't see it. Guess what I just bought? Don't blame you. So again, I'm looking for an item called the cheese house. Restart. Cheese house is not there. Restart. This is how I do my successful runs in this game. Restart. I'm looking for the cheese house. Now the cheese house gives you 300 points at the end of the round when you die. Now, the funny thing about the cheese house is it's kind of broken right at the start of the game when your goal is 8. Got to imagine how many times 8 goes into the number 300, right? That gives you an idea. So that's what I'm restarting for. The cheese house will eventually appear. It doesn't usually take this long. Ooh, 25% chance. That's ultra rare. The cheese house is not a rare item. I had an ultra rare show up. Right. Cheese house. Cheese house. If I keep asking for the cheese house, it's not going to show up. Cheese house. It's funny. This is happening because I'm specifically trying to show this technique off on live stream. It's humble pie. It's live stream luck. Come on, cheese house. Come on, cheese house. First peg popped. Cheese house. Ridiculous. Cheese house. Come on. It's doing this because I am playing right now on live stream. Normally I would not be waiting this long for Cheese House to appear. Normally it would be in the first 3 or 4. Happy Bounce is... Cheese House! Here we are. Cheese House. Gain 300 points. Watch this. $39 coins. That's why I pick Tony Jr. It's called the Cheese House for a reason. So I'm restocking. What I'm looking for now... not currently. Doesn't look like it. What I'm looking for now is there's an item... I can't remember what he's called. Like Mr. Butt or something. Mr. Poop Butt. And he gives you a certain amount of points for how many times your board has restocked. We've already restocked 40 times. So he will give 40 times however many points, right? And it gets pretty outrageous. So 5 points for every time this item is triggered. The item, every 1.5 seconds, halves the highest peg, doubles the lowest peg. Useless to me. Random pegs get smacked. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy these item slots, which opens up the cafe. The cafe I'm looking for, gain 1 coin for each remaining life. It costs 3. I have 5 lives, so I'll be 2 points. I'll be 2 coins up. Right, kebab. Kebab triggers the rightmost item in your inventory. 50% chance when you die. Put a reroll. Eat a hot dog for another 2 coins. Right. I want some item restocks in the shop. I'm going to eat these 2 green mice. They re-roll the shop. Nubby dies. Nubby dies. Every peg will give 15% equal to their number. Have that for now. 10 pegs popped. Summons 1 straw that pops 1 peg. Nubby hits wall twice. Nubby bounces. Nubby bounces is good as well. At least to start with. Every time you bounce, you get a cumulative score. It's not a lot, but early on, that can be useful. So 300 on top, I clear the board. You can come into it with a tactic. With fully Dogomatic, I struggle to find a tactic that works. None of the dogs give me like a bonus that works for me. If you have passed the round goal twice if you have passed the round goal this round, force triggers slot 5 twice. So if I clear the round goal before I die. Actually, rightmost, so at the moment we can put it there. Yeah. So now, this will trigger an extra couple of times. Restocking again. Getting my coins up. Not what I want there. Sea cucumber is good. Every empty space will give points equal to the total amount of pegs popped. When it says pegs popped, really it's pegs halved. Let's have a look what's in the shop. The kebab. Excellent. So 50% chance to trigger the rightmost item again when I die. Hot dog. I want to re-roll in the shop. To eat the shish kebab. Re-roll. No. We're good? Very simple controls as well in this. Just literally right-click to aim, nubby, left-click. Incredibly simple. Yeah, I want more shareware style stuff like this. I want somebody to come along and make the new adventures of Microman. Like, I'm dead serious. I want Daisy's Garden HD. That's what I want. Let's have a new version of Peppy's Adventure Game Maker. Come on. Alright, we've got a 1024 here now. That's most of our way to the goal. In fact, we've done it. And that's before we trigger the cheese house. Which admittedly is doing less the more that we need to do. But hey, it's a start. So yeah, didn't quite get enough from it that time. You go in waves of levels being easy and then levels being difficult. It sort of balances out when you get extra items to work with. So... actually kind of struggling here. There we go. 2 times. Not great. Right. Pregnancy test. No. Multiply total points by 1.2. This one is good if you bounce off the wall a lot. This one's also good. Every life, there's a 1 in 2 chance that every peg on the board will be doubled. Not great. This item is in slot 4. Gonna take the 1 in 2 chance. And slot 5 twice, so we're gonna keep the cheese house there. Currently. Right, so we didn't get the double effect that time. Rule of averages says we will this time. We didn't this time. There we go. That's the double effect. I'm getting low on health. Ah, the waffle! First peg popped. Every item in an odd slot triggers. 2, 3. It's a guaranteed trigger on 1, 3, and 5. I can't put the 2 in a odd slot because it won't trigger. It's a corrupted item, it can't be triggered. But the other items, Cheese House, Yeti, Finger Puppet, can be triggered on first hit. There we go. Let's start getting some lives back here. 2 lives up. 3 lives up. Actually, 4 lives up, I think. Yeah, we're back to full lives. Excellent. Right. Nothing there I want. Reroll. It's really hoping for another cheese house to show. Right, hot dog. Another chance to trigger the item in slot 7. Oh, lovely. Right, 10, slot 7, kebab perk, and then the noodle copies the last food effect. So, kebab perk. So now when I die, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots at the cheese house, giving me 300 points. Right, Psychic Link. They will hit every ball of the same... Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 8... 1024. We got the double effect that round. Lovely. We got... Oh! Force trigger. All items disables the item in slot 2. So when the slot 2 item is triggered, slot 2 gets blocked for the remainder of that round, but every item gets triggered. Fantastic. We've got a corrupt item in slot 2 that can't be triggered again anyway. It will only trigger once when the first peg is hit. Therefore, when it triggers, all the other items will be triggered automatically. Right. 25% chance to double the highest peg. Now, it's nice, but it's only when I pass the round goal. Now, we do have... Well, actually, it is guaranteed to trigger twice. That's it. Waffle? Force triggers all items in odd-numbered slots. Force triggers all items. So it has a chance to trigger twice. So we're going to do it. Reroll. Ah, yeah, poop butt. Here we go. Finally. Right, I don't have enough money for the second poop butt. So I put him on freeze so I can get him the next time. We hit one peg. We already got 3 times in that round. So that peg at the top's now worth 32.8. It's crazy. I'm now scoring ridiculous numbers on pretty much every round. It won't stay like that. When we get to the moon, that's when I will struggle. Because I always do. Right. We got in the shop. Right. Coins. Right. The strawberry costs 3, you get 1 coin back. But then the next one you eat, you get 2 coins back. Next one you eat, you get 3 coins back. So that one works if you keep eating every strawberry you see. Right, this, when triggered, it transfers the force trigger into the item to the left of it. And it has a chance of an additional trigger. Sometimes useful, but not useful here. I want something that's going to double stuff. No, but this'll fire snot shots and twice. So what I want to do is put Cheese House in the last slot now because it's the rightmost, and that's the one I want to trigger. Well, actually, do I? The snot shot might be better to trigger at the end of the round. It's hitting every peg multiple times. And then splat, 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 splat. Yeah, the snot shot was the best choice. Hands down, that was the best choice. So we've already achieved the round goal. When I drop, I'm going to hit peg some more. I hit the highest peg, and I'm double the round goal. Beautiful. This setup is fantastic. Now what I want is to be able to upgrade the items I've got now. Right. Now this will shoot 4 snot rockets, and it will do that, well, once, twice guaranteed, and then a chance of triggering that many times. Reroll. We got the upgrade to the Cheese House. 7,500 points. Right. That won't give us enough for the kebabs, but it will give us enough for 1 strawberry. There is a perk that increases the amount of coins you get for every strawberry. It increases the amount of times items are triggered based on how many food items you've eaten. So that's another reason to focus on eating as many food items as possible. Got loot. Force triggers slot 7 for every empty inventory slot. We've got a full inventory, so useless. And that one will lose 3% of my total points, so I'm going to skip. Right. The moon. Now things are going to get a bit dicier. But I'm feeling quite positive about this run so far. Five times. $15 times the round goal. Insane. And every time, just to remind you, every time we restock the board, this fella gains 40 points. So now, when he's triggered, he gives us 7,160 points. He is triggered twice at the start of each. Furthermore, when Nubby dies, he is triggered twice. Oh no, Cheese House is triggered. Hold on. We put him in 7,500. It's still worth leaving Cheese House there. When he exceeds 7,500, we switch him over. Right, Strawberry. I want Kebab Perk. I want Kebab Perk again. I'm going to eat that because it will give me coins back. I want to re-roll in the shop. Re-roll again. No upgrades for anything I already have. Right. Yeah. The point is the mechanics get so deep, and in, like, fully Dogomatic, the mechanics are so simple. Like, I'm not saying this to put Dogomatic down. I'm saying this game and Vampire Survivors, they're the two that Dogomatic would really benefit from. I'm just going to put it straight, from stealing from. Let's be real. Steal. Steal away. Right. Useless to me, because I don't have empty inventory slots. But this will force trigger one random Nubby Dies item again. So my Nubby Dies items here are Cheese House. So it's going to trigger Cheese House again. I'll take it. I'm waiting for a certain food to appear in the shop. I might not be able to afford it if it does. Reroll. Yeah, it's not here again. So what I'm looking for is there is a food that when eaten, it destroys your leftmost item, but upgrades your rightmost item. So you drag your item you most want upgrading, so at this point it would be the horse pill for me. You would drag that into your rightmost slot. You would drag the item that you don't mind losing into the left. You eat the food, destroys the leftmost, upgrades the rightmost. And then I can always buy one of these again. Let's do the reroll, just in case there's something I want to freeze. There is. We can upgrade the Yeti. If we upgrade the Yeti, every peg will give 30% of points equal, not 15. So we'll freeze him. And then that way, next time we come to the shop, we should have the coins to afford him. I say should have, we will. Because we're getting generally 2 coins per level at the moment. At least. And if the game lucks out and gives us 15 times our goal, well, here we're getting 3 coins. Three times, so 3 coins. Like, I'm showing you, like, the cheesiest tactic. When you start out fresh, you're not going to be this successful with runs to begin with. Right, so just to explain what this is, because I haven't really explained this yet, I've just been playing it. This is the Grabatron. Each of these has a prize. A question mark is an item. G is gold, anywhere from 1 to 9 coins. It costs 6 to play, so you can lose money here if you go for the G. You go for the G if you're desperate. If you got this key and it's underneath something, and it's like underneath a gold coin, you pray that you're going to get enough gold coins. But the key gets you into the black market, which is where I got this corrupted item from. Now, I'm hoping that the next time we go to the market, I can get an upgrade for Jake the Snake. Alternatively, if I go to the shop and the upgrade the rightmost item food, which I believe is like a blue cookie. We might not meet... Ah, there we go. We met round goal. So it's getting a bit tighter now. I might want to avoid the black mark. Oh no. It purely is luck at this point. Everything is luck. The way I've got this set up, I'm just, like, maximizing my luck. Right, yeah, I'm gonna go black market. I'm gonna burn... Yes! Jake the Snake upgrade. So, upgraded Jake the Snake. 1 in 2 chance to double all pegs. 1 in 4 chance to double all pegs twice. So now... half chance I will double a peg. Quarter chance I will double every peg. Right, so these you have to hit multiple times to get the reward from. So this is the first round where it might get really close to... Yeah, oh, there we go. The snot shots at the end tip me over. Right, first peg popped. Force triggers the leftmost item X times. Jumbling pegs increases X by +2. So yeah, I'm going to go for this one. So, if I juggle, it increases the amount of times things are triggered. But it is just the leftmost item getting triggered at the moment. Now, I can switch my leftmost item to better benefit me for this one. So, trigger, and now it will trigger the leftmost item at least, well, 2 times. Which is nice to have at the start of the level. Could do... Right. Is that slot 4? Slot 5. So, if we put this in slot 1... Horse Pill... and we shuffle the board... Horse Pill should trigger a couple of times. At the start, yeah. So we had a peg that went up to 1 million. There. Because we lucked out. So we didn't luck out this time, however, we're so close to the goal that, yeah, the death triggers put us over. I've upgraded the Yeti. He now gives 30%. Oh, Horse Pill's here! 50% chance to double the highest peg. This is some crazy luck. Right, Strawberry. Yeah, let's have more chance of triggering Snot, because Snot's been helpful for to us at the end of every round. Right. We are good to go. We got a 33.6 million. Do you see it down there? If we can hit that... Yeah. We scored. Oh no. Oh, God. Oh no. I broke it. I broke it. End. You broke the game! You broke the game! Oh no! He now gives 80,000! Whoops. Right. Force trigger all items in odd slots. One, 3, 5, 7. Yeah. Okay. I was not expecting it to be that bright. Right. Deletes leftmost item. Upgrades rightmost item. I don't need it anymore. Everything I wanted to upgrade is upgraded. Reroll. Strawberry. Kebab. Trigger the Snot again. You notice that as you score more, the round goal gets higher. There we go. Nubtastic. 432 restocks. That's 422 times 40 that's just been added. Each game is 80 rounds. The final boss is at round 80. We're at round 73. We've got one more shop visit before then. I think we might have 2 shop visits. I think there's a shop visit right before round 80. Can't remember. It's a 16 billion down there. I want it. Yeah, 32 billion. Double it. Yeah, keep doubling the peg. Keep the peg alive. Yes! Yes! 1,189 restocks. Right. Turns into the item to the left of me. This is an absolute banger. So Cheese House is gone. But Nubby Bounce is in here. Right. Snot Shot. First peg popped. Any 6. Put him there. Horse pill. Pill. No. Get him. Reroll. So the item I just bought mutates into the item to the left of it. And we got the upgrade! Mutates into the upgraded version of it. This luck is nuts. Right, okay. So now, we will have Poop Butt Plus, who is currently worth 869,760, and we will get a second Poop Butt Plus, who is also worth that much. Once again, I have broken this game in an even more elaborate fashion than I have already achieved before. I love Nubby's Number Factory. Oh no, Septillion! Oh god. And... Alright, 78, round 79. So we've got the last shop before the very end of the game. Strawberry. Strawberry. Mouse. 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 Reroll all the shop foods. Let's go. Mouse. What's the rare food? Gain +1 odds. Not really that useful, but okay. Restock. What we got? Oh. Hot dog, hot dog. Rare item. Croissant. Trigger the item in slot 3. Not really makes that much of a difference, but let's go for it. Reroll. 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 Mutates into the item to the left of me. Okay, watch this. We're gonna get 2 that have 40 and 1 that has, what was it, 15? 15, yeah. Right. Our boss is the Apocalypse. This is actually incredibly easy. We lucked out and had, like, the easiest boss as well. I broke it again. Right. So having reached round 80, we've beaten the game. But we can carry on endless until we fail. Which I'm going to do. Which will eventually happen. Because endless scales up exponentially with you. So you get to a point where you can't proceed any further in endless. I've never really lasted more than like 6, 7 rounds of Endless. But then again, I've never broken the game like that before on a playthrough, so this could go on. Not heard the Endless music before because I've never got here with the music on. Yeah. As you can see, it's getting harder to clear now. But this is all for bragging rights, you know. When you get to this point, you don't get any more stars for making progress here in Endless. They call it Endless, but it ends surprisingly quick. I have never seen that score before. Oh my god. That is insane. Right. So things that fully Dogomatic could take from Nubby's number factory. Number go up. The upgrades attached to each dog need to be more sort of significant. That would be the main takeaway. And then Vampire Survivors, well, I don't really have to show a playthrough of Vampire Survivors, but we probably will play through a short level anyway. Maybe with hurry on, just for the sake of... The main thing I want to point out is the persistent upgrades, which are sort of well understood at this point. So, my money's maxed out. My money's been maxed out for a very long time, because this game is breakable. Right. So here you have persistent upgrades, right? These are upgrades that you buy, and they carry on through every single round that you play. So, plus 25 physical strength. So at the end of it, you have 125% of your physical strength. That carries into every single level. Reduces damage by 1 point. So that's reduced damage by 3 points for every level. You get the idea. These carry through every single round that you play. Fully Dogomatic would really benefit from something like this. If you were to turn all of these off, which you can do, then the game would play more or less like the first time you played it. These persistent upgrades can be turned off or on at your choosing. Now, the characters are generally stat related. You know, like, they're mainly stat changes. But it's worth noting that, you know, their projectiles get faster with every level, or every so many levels. Some start with a revival and gain extra revivals. You've got characters that have special effects that are applied specifically to their weapons, right? There are some significant differences to each character other than just a stat increase. And then, have a look at Charlotte's stats. 3,269 gold eggs. The game has gold eggs. And gold eggs are permanent stat increases for a character. Now, they're not forever permanent. You can turn the eggs off. And you can play with the character's original stats. You have the ability to toggle them. But as you can see, like, her stats get ridiculous. Because I've bought all these upgrades. If I pick a nice sort of easy-ish level, and a short level, so 20 minutes, 15, boss rush, and I put on hurry, right? What I take into this, this isn't even starting on like the Ranamazo and all that. Because the Ranamazo is a completely different ball game. But essentially, the character is maxed out to the point of absurdity. I like that once you get enough persistent upgrades, you can practically break the game. I'll take a duplicator. Oh, mace. Yeah, sure, why not? Raj robe. Duplicator. You can essentially break the game. I'm not saying that Dogomatic needs to allow you to break it, but persistent upgrades would be a good start, because then a player can come up with a strategy, and that strategy could be based around the kind of weapons and items that they use. So, if you've got persistent upgrades that specifically relate to shotguns, for example, and the player works their playstyle around shotguns, then I say give them the tools to build their moveset around that. Because that introduces the ability for the player to come up with a strategy that really suits them. It results in ingenuity and innovation, and then no two characters, no two players playthrough, even with the same character on the same stage with the same upgrades, is the same, because it's tweaked. It's tweaked to their playstyle, and they tweak it to what they're after. I'm not saying it has to be as broken as this. Where I'm leveling up every second. That... But, you know. Ooh, Ranamazo. Oh, wait, no. Tirajisu. I thought it was a Ranamazo drop. I got excited there for a second. So, I know what my next one is. Oh, golden egg. Don't mind if I do. I have sat here before watching a YouTube video just with the A button held down. Everyone costs 10,000 coins. No, 100. Yeah, 10,000 coins. My money is so high that it exceeds the counter. I could sit here for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Probably longer. And it still wouldn't run down. Again, I'm not saying that Dogomatic needs to be that broken, because it really doesn't. But a nice balance between... Oh, I'm so broken, I've clipped out of bounds. This happens. I'll re-enter bounds. Right. I'd love for another random Arzo to drop. That's what I'm after. Oh, prismatic missile upgrade. I guess seizure warning. What I'll do to avoid any more confusion is actually take off the Dogomatic logo and text, just so there's no further confusion. I should have really done that when we were playing Nubby as well, but it didn't occur to me. This isn't just an excuse to play. Ah, here we go. Random always. I've got limit break turned on because I love breaking this game. Spawn some more bosses. Right, you notice I'm not getting level up screens anymore. That's because I got random level up turned on. So now it just... Ah, random Arzo! Here we go. Right. So the random Arzo I'm after is the one that... Yeah. Gives you an item every time you level up. And they will bounce into the arena. So now, every time I'm leveling up, items are dropping in, including, potentially, candy boxes. Now, candy boxes carry other weapons. Now, every time I level up, for the next short while, it's going to ask me which upgrade I want, and it's just an upgrade for the gun. And every box is going to drop upgrades for the gun. Ain't the Sparrow leveled up. All these items are going to drop in, including... Ooh, Armadillo? Just give me another... Yeah, I will have the Chromas... No. I can't choose! I've got choice paralysis! I'll have the Skullomaniac. Spawn me more enemies, please. More enemies, more fierce. So I'm really not worried at all. Literally one of the most powerful weapons in this game is the... where is it? The sword. Victory Sword. God, this thing is OP. So I will have the Victory Sword. We have just evolved the two guns. A new candy box. Oh, yes, please. I shall have... It's the thing I really like. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I played this, right? I haven't played this for a couple of months. I'm trying to remember all the things I like. You know what? I'm going to go for the cloak. What I gotta hope is that I'll be able to get another random Arzo before this is over, and then I can get the cloak. Right. Victory Sword, Victory Sword. Victory Sword. Skullomaniac upgrade. Victory Sword. Victory Sword. Victory Sword. Victory Sword. Victory Sword. Victory Sword. I think it has 12 levels? Yeah. 12 levels for the Victory Sword. Okay. Laurel upgrades. Skullomaniac upgrades. What are we? Level 4. Skullomaniac. The game is now struggling to keep up with me. Which is cute. I admire its attempts to. And I'm hoping that another randomazo drops in. In the meantime, I'll take another Armadillo. I will have... I think it's Torona's box that upgrades the Victory Sword. I don't even have to move around now. My magnet is huge. My magnet range is so huge. Oh, I picked up a finger as well. I'm pretty much invincible here. I don't even need to move. Come on, spawn me a level boss with it. Yeah, with a randomazo. Randomazo? No. Yes, randomazo, down there at the bottom. Right. So what I'm looking for is Mad Groove. Mad Groove. Right. Mad Groove brings everything in the level to you. Right. I want these. Right. Got the Metaglio. Now I just need to level up. Metaglio. So that's what I'm focusing on. Upgrades is the Metaglio. The Laurel to max and the Metaglios to max is the combination for the Crimson Shroud. The Crimson Shroud stops enemies from pretty much being able to hurt you at all. Right. Now I'm working on the rings. If we get another... there we go, Crimson Shroud. If we get another Armadillo, I'm going to pick up the Clock Lancet. And we shall finish this level with both upgrades. And I see another candy box! Aha! Candy box, candy box, candy box, candy box. Yes! Clock Lancet! We could do it, we could do it. We've got enough time. Clock Lancet, Clock Lancet, Clock Lancet, Clock Lancet, Lancet. Clock Lancet... maxed out, yeah, okay. This box should contain the upgraded Clock Lancet. It didn't. This one will. Nope. Over. No, because I don't think we picked up the other ring, did we? That's right. We need to upgrade the ring. We can do this, though. As soon as the Victory Sword finishes its attack. Right. Gold ring, gold ring, gold ring, gold ring. Level 7, 8, 9. Right. Chest. Upgraded Clock Lancet. Infinite Corridor. Right. We can't lose. We are at the point now where we physically cannot lose. I could put the controller down and we would win. I guess if we've learned anything from today's streams, it's just I really like breaking games. Right, those numbers at the top there, that's the devil that's come to kill me, the Grim Reaper. At around 40 seconds, it'll be... yeah, done. So now... This is over. What a run. Now, I'm not saying that fully Dogomatic... seizure warning. I'm not saying that fully Dogomatic should be this breakable. But maybe a pleasant mix of the two. A pleasant mix of the two. I really have broken this game, haven't I? Well, thank you very much for joining me for today's live stream. Thank you very much, all the raiders who joined. If anybody's still here, you're awesome. Thank you for coming. How do I do a raid on Twitch? I'm gonna jump into my Twitch and see how many people are watching, and do a raid. So stream manager, I think. Yeah, that's our dashboard. 2 viewers. Yeah, we won't raid. Thank you very much. I am going to go. Oh, now we got 3 viewers. Should we raid or not raid? I'm sure we can find somebody who would appreciate the raid. Raid. Who out of my usuals is watching right now? Who out of my followed accounts? Channel. I don't need to watch and hear myself. Stream Fox. Steam Fox. Sure. Yeah, let's do Steam Fox. Was the official Steam Fox? Let's do it. Yep. Okay. And then I shall stop the stream on my end. Until next time, if we live that long. Take care. Bye-bye.